get some more of the double stringers if we need them?
Do we have some more, Patricia?
She was just saying, what if they're doing the tray and there aren't any available? Can we get some more so they are available?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll have some sent over from Evansville.
Wonderful. Any other questions about this Neuro dissecting tray, guys? Now's the time to
Elevators.
ask.
What about the
Periosteal elevator?
I noticed that one of the issues that I used to see was because there's no particular sizes on them, I used to try to make sure they each had a different size to them. And sometimes we go to different trays, each size is different based on how they were cut. So how does that work in terms of, do they just find individual sizes that small, medium, large? Because they're not uniform.
Exactly, they're not. So this is pretty good. This is acceptable.
I would overlap them.
These are the sizes we want. Okay? You need one, actually the smallest, this will work for the smallest one. Make sure I have a very small one, and then I have 2 larger sizes, but all 4 should be a different size.
Okay.
This is the order. If they don't have a number, just look at them. Which one looks bigger than the other? Just give me 4 different sizes. The only problem with that is this is made by a different company, and if you overlap this one looks like it's bigger, but it's actually not, it's just compact. This is the bigger one. So that's not a problem if you don't see the number. Just make sure we have 4 different sizes, and they're not 2 of the same size or very close or similar in size. Give me 4 different sizes on those. I don't care what number's on it or what it says. When you check your instruments before you put them together as an inspection, this number 1, this is a very good number 1. It needs to be kind of sharp. I want you to feel it. It needs to be kind of sharp, because we're moving the periosteum off of the bone with this in a delicate area. If it looks like it's been beat up, drilled on top, don't use that. Find another one. Don't put that in the tray, because it's just going to cut the dura kind of sharp.
That's not good.
This is perfect.
Okay.
See how it's brand new almost?
Okay.
This is perfect.
Okay.
Anybody else want to touch it?
Oh, I got you.
I thought you were going to say something else. You feel how it's kind of sharp? That's what we want to feel, because we're pushing periosteum back with this. There's not a lot of mistakes on this tray that you guys make other than the bipolars. That's a big deal. But I've already shown you don't put the micro on there. Anybody have any other questions or comments about the instruments on here? I did not. That's a good one. Oh, God, I thought we don't have one. Our groove, we know it's like this. This is intentional.
Oh.
This goes under the dura to cut down on the knife, so we're not cutting the brain. This is intentional, so don't straighten it out for us. If you got a straight one, don't put it on the tray. Damon can bend it for you, or he can send it upstairs or call me. I'll bend it for you. But this is intentional, so don't straighten it out. Come on, y'all. What else?
I got a general question.
Sure.
I know you gotta. I follow everything on the count sheet. Sometimes they miss an instrument. I'll take everything out and make sure they're in the right order.
I love that, because I love it in order. That's
Okay.
That's what you want to do.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Don't just stick it on the corner.
No, okay.
When I send it down, I put it back in the order. You guys have it on the count sheet. That's how I send it down.
Okay.
And we're doing that to try to make sure we get the same instruments back on the tray as opposed to just throwing everything in here. Plus, your instruments are not being damaged from just being thrown in here. So, are there any other Neuro trays you got questions on right now?
So, what's the other lady's name? When it comes to the room?
Michelle?
She said there was another tray that you guys have a problem with.
We have a problem with a couple of them. It just depends on who's
Either the delicate or the micro one.
Yeah, one of
It's gonna be one of those.
because the instruments get mixed up on there. There's a forceps that goes on the delicate that's always put on the micro tray. But if you look at it, it's not blue like the other instruments. It's slightly green. So it goes by itself. And it has teeth on the end, not like the other instruments. Can we pop open two? They're upstairs, aren't they?
Which one is it?
Micro and the delicate. P&A micro, P&A delicate. Yes, sir. Uh-huh. I can't think of anything else that comes up on this tray that's a mistake. But yeah, the micro and the delicate, we have a lot of issues with that. Okay. Inside of this container is our Ellsberg cannula. what you want to do for this, you want to make sure that the Ellsberg fits smoothly together, and that's the fatter two pieces. It's not the stylet, but the fatter two pieces. This goes inside here, and then once you need it to be smooth just like that. This is inside of the brain. If it's all bent up and they got to really snatch, can you think about the damage that's going to do to try to get that out? If this is not straight, don't put it on here. Just get another one if you can't straighten it out, but it needs to be smooth, and I want you to feel it smooth. Y'all can pass that around. So that's what goes inside of here. This stylet that's inside of here, we use this when we're doing shunt revisions. If there's a catheter that's stuck in the brain, they'll put this through the catheter. We'll hit it with a bovie, and what it does, it burns the tissue off of the catheter so we can pull it out. That's what this does, so that's why that's important to have. We actually take these out of shunts we've already put in, and we send it down to you guys. They're good. Sometimes they get these mixed up. But if you're following the count sheet, you'll see on the count sheet in the Neuro dissecting tray, we have a number 1 and a number 3 kerosene. The 2, 3, 4, 5 is on the bone tray. So make sure you look at your numbers, if there's numbers on here, or get familiar with what the instrument looks like. I can look at it and tell what number it is just from using it. But 1 and 3 are on here. 2, 3, 4, 5 is on the bone tray. And you know the numbers wear off after time. These are on there. You want to make sure when inspecting your instruments that this is actually going to cut something. So you can feel in here to see if that's sharp enough to cut bone. We cut bone with this. Make sure it can. If it's all bent up, send it out for repair and get another one and put it on the tray. Don't send it upstairs to us. Sometimes these come upstairs and this is a loose like this. Put it back together. Put it back together. You saw how I just bent it and put it in there? That's all you have to do. If it's really, really loose, you need to tighten up this screw. Sometimes it'll come upstairs and this screw will be halfway out. Just screw it back in there. I take the ruler from the tray. Screw it back in there. Just inspect your instruments when you get them. Where's that Ellsberg? Put that back in there when she gets it, please, ma'am. All right, let's talk about the micro and the delicate right quick.
Dr. Mahalka and Shelley to OR 5. Dr. Mahalka and Shelley to OR 5.
I'm just going to sit this back here so I can restring it. Okay, the PNA micro and PNA delicate. PNA just stands for Pediatric Neurosurgery and Associates. That's the name of the practice before they joined Children's. That was the name of the neuro guys, the group. Thank you, ma'am. So you have a PNA delicate and a micro. Delicate has more instruments in it. The green forceps that's in the micro is not like the ones that are in the delicate. This one has a green tint. See the difference in the color? One's green, one's blue. The green one that has teeth on the end, you can feel it. These don't. They're smooth. The one with teeth goes on the micro. Sometimes this will be over here. Can't use it because this is the first instrument I need out of this tray. Make sure these sections are not bent up. I know they're very small and it's easy to do, but just straighten them out while you're inspecting them before you put them back in the tray. Just straighten it out a little bit. We do use these when you're in a really, really tight area and you need a micro suction. That's what we use. These are arachnoid knives, so they should be good and sharp on the end. These cut dura. If it's bent down, not like this, I don't know if you can see that. Not like that. See the little right angle on it? If it's not like that, we can't use it because the knife has been bent. These need to make sure those are sharp and in the correct direction. This forceps. This is the only one on this tray that's not a bayonet. These are bayoneted instruments. This is not. Sometimes we won't have this on the tray at all. This is what they use to close the whole dura. So I need this. I need this on this tray. This is important. Who? You can save those count sheets for me?
I did.
Okay. I'm gonna show you how it should come up. I don't want to know who. changed my mind.
Being that you're placing them in the tray like that, do they still need to have tip protectors on those
The
items?
scissors, yes. Everything else, no.
I always did. I just wanted to just point that out.
Yeah, the scissors, yes. Because as you see, when I held that up, they can fall out because this is not a really good tray for this these instruments. So yes, on the scissors. This is how this should be set up. Anybody want to come up, put your hands on it? You can see how they are. I have the scissor facing down with the tip part buried, not up in the air. Tip part buried. On my forceps are together, the scissors are together. This is actually a mirror, so if this is scratched up on this end, we can't use it. Sometimes they'll go inside so that we can see whatever they're looking at, so this needs to be nice and shiny, this mirror.
You change this and take a picture of it.
Sure. Anybody have any questions about the PNA Micro or Delicate?
I have one comment. I know Jamie, I know a long time ago, as far as dealing with anything micro or delicate, they instructed us to use the magnifying glass and things like that.
To look at the tips?
To look at the tips. That's helpful for those items alone.
Absolutely, because when you're using it, if it has a,
Especially with 10 panels too, but.
yeah, if it has a little spur on the end, it can hook something you don't need it to hook. So for me, I'm feeling my instruments. I'm feeling them. I'm at that age where you can't see things close up, so I'm feeling it.
I'm sorry.
You want to say the name? Gotcha. I like that. Let's do something like this for you then.
Oh, yeah, you can.
Is it possible in the future to get a can where you can combine both of them together?
We don't use them all. We don't use both of these trays every time. Sometimes we don't. The only thing we do out of here mainly is this forcep that has teeth. So if I have a surgeon, a fellow, and a resident, then I need a second set with teeth. Because like this one is not a bayoneted instrument. It has teeth on the end. This is just like that. It's just bayoneted. So if I have a lot of surgeons operating at the same time, I need this forcep. So we don't always open this one. I wish we had better trays for them though. I'm not looking at anybody. Anybody else want to take a picture? You got a question? Any questions? Come on, y'all.
So you want tip protectors on your scissors and those trays from
I
now
do.
on?
Yeah.
Everybody
Some
got
people
that?
do.
Yeah.
That's what you're supposed to anyway. Put them on there.
Okay.
Make sure that they fit, not too big, all right? And don't jam them on there either. That's it. Somebody snap
I'm
their
working
teeth.
on trays, Mr. Denise. I bought two. So some of them got new trays, some of them don't. I'm working on them.
Yeah.
They'll be replaced.
I know you're working on it. I just have to say it. I have to remind you what I want. Any questions, guys, about any neuro trays? Did you go over the Midas the last time and show them those two arrows that need to line up?
We did.
Okay.
Yeah, we did. So do the people that are on the neuro team, do they have Denise's phone number?
No.
Okay, phone number is. It's not just for the neuro team, it's for anybody putting up a tray. I have told you guys every time I come down here, I don't care what time you call, because I'm going to go right back to sleep. But I can tell you about any of these trays. I've been here 30 years, guys. Ask me the questions. I want to pass on the information. Phone number is 404-429-7693. Denise Fort, D-E-N-I-S-E, Fort like the military. Denise, D-E-N-I-S-E, 7693. You leave a message, I'm gonna call you back.
Repeat that number again, please.
404-429-7693. Any question? There is no dumb question for me. There is not.